I got C3PO. Do it big, keep it low. Swear that I'm a genius though. While I'm in line at the club like
Bon dia, buongiorno. Seems like it's gonna be a rainy day here in Barcelona. I'm going to the WeWork Glories. Gonna hang out with Ken. He's meeting some of his coworkers there. And I'm also going to see if I can get some photos if I can convince them to do photos of me doing give me some sort of a presentation, since I need to do that for my visa application. The plan for today, I'm not really sure. I mean, work, definitely got a gym. I started reaching out to charter companies for my birthday. So there's 2 yacht companies in Barcelona. I messaged one of them this morning. And other than that, I don't know, I guess like sales and outreach efforts with a bunch of agencies. So I basically reached out to Mark, who's a virtual assistant that I'd worked with a few times in the past, and came up with like a SOP for him to prospect in about 15 different markets in US East Coast, in Europe, all the major cities essentially. And I'm gonna have them tiered, tier A, tier B, tier C, so like the preferred city. So obviously like reach out to like to New York, agencies in New York over agencies in Austin. But then the agencies in Austin might be more approachable. Or in London over Paris for language barriers. So I have a call with him tomorrow. I'm gonna have him do some of the prospecting then, but now I have to figure out like which CRM to use. If it makes sense to do all that in LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So those are questions for Ken. And then beyond that, I've got a call with Shai later today. I've got to do a domain, this DNS migration I keep talking about for my mail server. Because if I'm going to start doing cold outreach, right, it has to be from an @fortuna.agency domain. So there's that aspect of it. And then other than that, I think reach out to more CTOs in my network. I messaged Zach yesterday. I have not heard back yet. And yeah, just starting like sales motion, I guess you could call it. I also realized, I don't have to, again, this like perfectionism thing. Like I don't really have to have all the perfect marketing in place and all this kind of stuff. It would be helpful. I would work on building those assets, but it was a form of procrastination. So now I know what to do strategically, right? Short-term effort, 2 short-term efforts, which is reach out to agencies, creative agencies, advertising agencies, web dev agencies. Say, hey, if you need someone in this area of expertise, I'm your guy. Medium-term, CTOs. So doing user interviews with CTOs over the next few weeks, understand their actual core problems. Understand the transformation I can sell, the problem I can solve, or the transformation I can sell, and craft my service offerings and my value proposition around that. And then use what I've learned through the agency outreach sequencing to decide if and how to go about doing cold outreach best to these CTOs. And then long term is all the marketing and branding stuff, social selling, having all that be integrated. Of course, ongoing upskilling on my part. I've sort of not had time because I'm doing actual other, it's not procrastination, I'm doing other useful stuff, but I've not had time to focus on the CSS course or really any technical work the last week and a half or so. And so yeah, that sort of is a plan. And then of course ongoing education, still reading that book on building a 7-figure business as a software developer, rereading $7 million consulting, listening to Alan Weiss interviews, going through Brendan's course again, doing the activities more so this time. So yeah, there's a lot, but the roadmap is clear. So now it's just about execution and removing fear, self-sabotage, and self-doubt. I'm on my way home now. Long day at the WeWork. Had a call with Shai, Lee's husband, CTO. He was not what I was expecting at all. Very different personality from Lee. He's very like introverted and grounded and one of these kinds of guys. I was a little bit intimidated at first, but then I kind of just settled into it. And it was interesting talking to him because he was really saying like most of the problems and difficulties that he's faced. He's been CTO at 2 startups. One he built from the ground up, and the other he's coming in now to sort of help them putting some good practices. And he was saying that like most of the major difficulties are not writing code literally. It's about like prioritization, best practices, balancing, doing the things you need to do to stay alive with building the right things, growing out the team and hiring, and navigating and dealing with uncertainty because there's a lot of ambiguity. And one theme he kept going back to was the idea of like plug and play solutions, plug and play systems, systems-based thinking, and having like strong perspectives that sort of come from first principles. So we were only able to talk for 30 minutes, and we decided we'd schedule a follow-up tomorrow. And I barely really got to even dive deep in on what I wanted to, some of the specific topics I wanted to talk about. But I think it's good to just be quiet and listen. The guys had one successful exit, scaled teams from nothing, from 0 engineers to being bought out, bringing his engineers over to the other company, navigating the complexities and difficulties of that. And now he's been brought in at another place, sort of originally out as a fractional CTO and a consultant advisor on a consultancy basis, and now fixing things that those guys broke, essentially, the initial vendor. So he's sort of seen both extremes, Other than that, the day was, I wanted to try to get things set up for the call with Mark tomorrow, but I was having a difficult time like understanding how to totally set up Sales Navigator and HubSpot and all that stuff to like be surfacing the sorts of clients that I wanted to. So I need to take a few days to figure that stuff out. So I decided to reschedule it Mark until next Wednesday. My lawyers have been pretty proactive today, sending me messages, asking questions. I took another photo of me working that I shared with them, and they came back to me with a legal name that the Spanish registrar said was available. The one I wanted was available, Fortuna Consulting was available, but for some reason the registrar just decided to not give me that one because it's Spain. There's a lot of shit where I'm just like, Spain, bro. So they scheduled a meeting 9 to 10 a.m. tomorrow. So I'll hop on, I guess, and discuss whatever needs to be discussed. And hopefully we're able to get things moving. I should ask them about the Schengen visa sort of thing, and if it makes sense, like, should I just leave and come back? Should I leave for 2 weeks, come back? Because I would like to be able to go home for my birthday. I'd like to be able to visit my friend for his birthday. And maybe it makes sense for them to get everything done, and then I come back and we do those last 15, 20 days. Well, really it would be like 16, 17, 18 days, whatever. I'd have to book my flight pretty soon. And in those last days, we submit the application. And I just stay through until I get an approval, even if that means no Christmas at home. Which, no Christmas at home, I don't think is so bad. It's just like, it'd be a bit lonely because everyone would leave Spain. That's typically what happens Christmas, New Year's. So yeah, right now, I'm gonna get some food somewhere. I'm quite hungry. Other than that, I want to hit the gym. Jaden wanted to go to an event for Barcelona Fashion Week. I wanted to grab burritos with Kien, but he's going to be with his coworkers and this sort of thing. So it seems like a lot. I think I'm going to get food now, then hang out with Jaden, I guess. If we go to the event, that is, not just aimlessly wander. And then I'll try to get to the gym today, but I may sacrifice the gym, go tomorrow and Saturday. That seems like a workable plan. Estoy en casa. I was gonna cancel on Jaden and just be like, boy, just go solo, go with Brian or Emilio or something. Cause I'm tired and cause I know he's gonna be like trying to hit on every fucking girl there. But then I was like, nah, fuck it. It's gonna be a cool event. So I was like, yeah, nah, let's go. I'm gonna go get food. I'm gonna send Kian, hey, never mind. Let's go tomorrow or another day. I'm gonna change. I'm gonna put on a nice jacket and more comfortable shoes and pants. And that's it. I mean, listen to Alan White's podcast on the way there. Because I'll listen to his Noah Kagan interview. He's not at all what I thought I expected him to be on the call. I mean, from reading his book versus hearing him speak, he's a lot more grounded and like does not seem as arrogant when you actually listen to him. He's just, I guess he knows people have imposter syndrome and will self-sabotage, so he kind of goes above and beyond to like uplift us. Like ask for more money, deserve more money. Don't let the client walk all over you. Do assert yourself as an expert. Of course, have an underlying fundamental skill set, of course. But, that's not the main thing. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It's my conversation with Chai was so interesting today. Not what I was expecting, which is why it's important to talk to customers. Not what I was expecting at all. Plug and play is a takeaway. So I think like built-in processes, well-defined processes that come in with a very clear transformation, very clear output. You, after working with me, your company will have these things in place. We'll have this thing instituted. We'll have this solution. We'll have this behavior embedded. That's what's valuable. Again, solving business problems, not like, let's write code. So yeah, that's interesting. Just scheduled my call with Robin for next week. I heard back from him. Very appreciative of that. He's a good dude, honestly. He's like a very positive, friendly, and chill guy. So I'm happy he made the time to speak with me because I'm sure he's busy. There's no way you're a CTO, you're not busy. Who else? Didn't hear back from Zach. I'm speaking with Adam on Saturday, so I'll ask him if he knows anyone that could be interesting for me to talk to. So yeah. Right now, I'm gonna go do all that shit that I said. And so now it's 9:30. I'm on my way home. I ended up texting Jay that I'm walking home. If he wants to walk along with me, shoot the shit. Yeah, no fashion show tonight. It's funny because it was his idea. He got super excited about it. He was like, oh, let's go. And then today he's like, yeah, man, I looked it up. It looks kind of gay. Like, what's the point? What happens? It's like, bro, we don't gotta go. It's no big deal. So yeah, I went and enjoyed the fuck out of that burrito. I go to that place too much, but I'm a creature of habit. So I think this is the last video for the day, and I will see you mother suckers tomorrow.